ओम आकारशून्यं त्रिगुणैर्विहीनम् ओंकारवेद्यं परमं पवित्रं प्रपंचकारं परिपूर्णरूपं श्रीरामकृष्णं शरणं प्रपद्ये। It is my humble privilege to introduce to you all Most Revered Swami Divyanandaji Maharaj, who is one of the vice presidents of the Ramakrishna Math and Mission. His life has been dedicated to the ideals of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi and Swami Vivekananda. Revered Maharaj joined the Sri Ramakrishna Mahasangha at Sarada Peeth, that is Ramakrishna Mission Sarada Peeth, next to Belur Math, in 1972. But he had received Mantra Diksha from Srimad Swami Vireshwaranandaji Maharaj, who was the 10th president and also a direct disciple of Holy Mother, in 1971. Vireshwaranandaji Maharaj ordained him into sannyasa in the year 1982, and he received the monastic name Swami Divyananda. Throughout the course of his distinguished monastic life, Revered Maharaj has rendered remarkable service in both educational and administrative roles at various centers of Ramakrishna Math and Mission. Namely, one is he was the secretary of Ramakrishna Mission Vidya Mandir at Sarada Peeth, and he was principal of Vivekananda Centenary College and Boys Home in Rahara. Both are in Bengal, West Bengal. He was also the secretary, that is the head of Ramakrishna Mission in Agartala and Malda from 2009 to 2022. He served various positions, administrative positions from 2009 to 2022. Since January 2022, he has been serving as the Adhyaksha of Kashipur Math. Revered Maharaj is known for his tireless efforts in organizing relief operations during natural calamities such as floods, cyclones, and COVID-19 pandemic across eastern India. And he is also a pioneer in initiating and sustaining service activities in correctional homes, that is prisons, since 2003, focusing on education, healthcare, cultural upliftment and value-based programs. Maharaj is a passionate advocate for humanitarian causes. He has actively promoted voluntary blood donation and post-mortem eye donation for over 4 decades, inspiring thousands to participate in these noble missions. Revered Maharaj was elected as a trustee of the Ramakrishna Math and a member of the governing body of Ramakrishna Mission in 2006. In March 2022, he was specially authorized to bestow Mantra Diksha, and in 2024, he was elected as one of the vice presidents of the Ramakrishna Mahasangha, a role in which he continues to serve with great spiritual depth and administrative acumen. I humbly request Revered Maharaj to deliver benedictory address to the gathered audience.
Om Jananing Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayoshitva Pranamami Muhurmuhu Namastri Jatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukhasarupaya Swamine Tapaharine. Respected Swamis, one Mataji is there, and dear devotees, it is a privilege to come to Mysuru. Mysore is a very old center. 100 years is to be celebrated soon. And many senior Swamis, president who became president, and other trustees, they were here on different occasions. They studied here Vedanta. So, and many devotees come over here from different parts of South to visit Mysuru. So I am privileged to be here today and talk to you in short. Actually, it comes to my mind when Swami Vivekananda started coming to Sri Ramakrishna. He was 18-year-old. He was born in 1863. He started coming to Sri Ramakrishna from the year 1881. He first saw him. Then our Hari Maharaj Turiyananda ji also started coming during this time. They have seen Sri Ramakrishna for 3 or 4 days. One day they met in Calcutta near Scottish Church College. There they were discussing how they feel or they think of Sri Ramakrishna. Hari asked Naren, what do you think of Sri Ramakrishna? Then he uttered 2 words, Elobhi Labh personified. Sri Ramakrishna is nobody else than Labh, Prema Sarupa. Then Harinath was asked by Naren, what is your idea? Then he quoted from Shiva Mahimna Stotra, Ashitagiri Samangshat, Kajjalang Sindhu Patre, Suratarubara Shakha, Lekhani Patra Murbi, Likhati Jadi Gritva, Sharada Sarvakalam, Tadapi Taba Gunanam Isha, Param Na Jati. If Himalaya mountain be taken as ink tablet and the ocean is the ink pot, and if the earth's surface is considered to be a big paper, and if Goddess Saraswati takes a branch of Parijat tree of heaven, make it a pen, and she starts writing the glory of Lord Shiva, she cannot end. The glory of Shiva cannot be written wholly. Like this, Sri Ramakrishna cannot be assessed totally. One day I was going from Mother's temple at Belur Math to Swamiji's temple. Then also I saw 2 South Indian boys, college students. They were also discussing about Swami Vivekananda. One young boy said, I think him as Himalaya, the great mountain, limitless, appears. And another boy told, I take him as an ocean. So big, so great was Ramakrishna and Vivekananda. One day, our Akhandananda Ji Maharaj, his name was Gangadhar. He was taken to the temple of Bhavatarini, Mother Kali, by Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna told, look at Shiva, Chaitanyamaya Shiva, fully conscious, divine, living Shiva at the feet of Mother Kali, Bhavatarini. Really, he then saw Shiva is breathing, Shiva is living at the feet of Mother. He told afterwards that Sri Ramakrishna showed me Lord Shiva in 3 forms. Secondly, after the demise of his Guru Sri Ramakrishna, after Mahasamadhi of Thakur, he was moving throughout India. When he was in northern India, he was going from Haridwar to Kedarnath, Badrinath. Then he looked at Himalaya, covered with white snow, and he found Lord Shiva on meditation. Shiva is meditating. Big Shiva. So, second Shiva in nature. Then, in 1897, when he was moving in famine-stricken Murshidabad, Mahula village, then he saw poor villagers, especially poor children, without food for many days. Then he saw Lord Shiva in these living beings, in these children, in the poor villagers. He told, this is the third form, living form of Shiva. It is said in Harihar Brahma Stotra, Yatra Jiva Tatra Shiva, Pasabadhas Tatha Jiva, Pasamuktas Tatha Shiva. Wherever there is Jiva, Shiva is there. Shiva is omnipresent. Everywhere Shiva is there. So Akhandananda ji says, this is Thakur who showed me three types of Lord Shiva. When we worship Shiva, we have to think of these things. That Shiva is in the image, in the stone, Shiva, Banalinga or Shivalinga. Shiva is in the nature in Himalaya. Shiva is in people, poverty-stricken people especially. In everybody, especially in poverty-stricken poor people. Shiva is there. This is the teaching of Sri Ramakrishna Vivekananda, Holy Mother. So, we think in this way. Actually, religion, which we all seek, is nothing but manifestation of the divinity already in man. At the introduction of Rajayoga, Swamiji says, each soul is potentially divine. The goal is to manifest this divinity within by controlling nature, external and internal. Do this by work or worship or psychic control or by philosophy. One or more or all of these, and be free. This is the whole of religion. Doctrines and dogmas, books or temples or forms are nothing but secondary details. Religion is this. Actually, this is the religion of man. Man is essentially God. Man is essentially Atman. We are not separate from that. Socrates once said that human beings, they are knowing many things, but they are unconscious of one thing. They do not know this. For that they suffer. That is their own self, which our Upanishads say, Tamevaikam janatha atmanam anyo vacho vimunchatha amritattasya esha shetuhu. Know one, that is thyself, yourself. Who are you? And stop talking other things, thinking of material things. This is the way to eternity, the bridge to eternity. Amritattasya esha shetuhu. We were going to Swami Shantananda Ji Maharaj, disciple of Holy Mother. He was then at the end of his life. Last 5-6 years, I used to go to his room. At that time, Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, which is Vachana Veda in Kannada, in Bengali, this book was being read regularly. One day it came during discussion. Master Sri M writes, Thakur says, Gayatri marjes Sandha marjes in Gayatri. Gayatri marjes in Omkara. As soon as Omkara was uttered, or read out. Then Maharaj Ji, Shantananda Ji told, do you hear Omkara? I hear always. Almost 24 hours he used to hear Omkara, Anahata Dhani. And he was so simple, he used to think whoever is in his room, everybody listens to Omkara. This was Swamiji also one day told. In between his two eyes, on the forehead, he used to see light, Jyoti. Then he used to ask his friends, do you see like this? Then they used to tell, no, never. So Shantananda Ji also used to ask us. Then one day we asked, Maharaj, how can we hear Anahata? How can we have this opportunity? Then Maharaj told in a very simple language, withdraw your mind from this mundane world. We are engaged in mundane world. We are only seeking sensual pleasures, money, car, building, or other things, persons. But very few think of God. So if you withdraw your mind from the world, then you will be able to see. This takes much time, but this was their condition. They used to tell, actually, realized souls, they do not speak long. In one word or two words, they used to reply to very critical questions. One day, one old Swami came from Aragya Bhavan, Belur Math, to Bireshwarananda Ji Maharaj. He was telling old sanskaras, still now, he was about 70, but he told old sanskaras, still now disturbs me. Then Maharaj told smilingly, create more and more new sanskaras, positive sanskaras. Think of God, think of Mother, think of Sri Ramakrishna. Then your old sanskaras will not disturb you again. One day another sadhu came, Manik Maharaj from Aragya Bhavan. He told, Thakur said, whoever comes to this place, he will be liberated. Freedom is at his hand. Then Bireshwarananda Ji again smilingly said, but remember mother words. Until and unless a man is free from desires, nirbasana, when he attains or she attains, then only Mukti Dham is available. So mother used to say, pray for desirelessness. Actually, these are the key words of religion. Essence of religion, one Sadguru was asked, please tell me the essence of religion in short. He said, I will be very short. In one word I will say to you, this is silence. Then the person who asked, he told how we can have silence or practice silence. Then the Sadguru said, only meditation. By meditation you will achieve silence, which is the core or essence of religion. Another day, the same Guru was asked by a traveler who was going on pilgrimage. He also told, I have no time. Please say to me in brief, what is the essence or cream of spirituality? Almost same thing, but he said on that day, he was observing silence on that day. Since the Guru advises of silence, he also used to practice one day silence in a week. He used to keep paper and pen with him. With a paper, on a paper he wrote, awareness. Then the seeker, he said, it is very short, please extend it. Please tell few more words about this. Then the Guru puts one comma, then again writes awareness, then again puts a comma, and third awareness he wrote. Then he was asked, what are the meanings of these three awarenesses? Then the reply from the Guru was, awareness, awareness, awareness mean awareness. Be aware that you are traveling in a spiritual path. Lead your life God-oriented, towards God only. This Sri Ramakrishna used to say in Bengali, Manus to Manus. Manus means awareness. You have to think that you are a human being. You cannot behave in another way. There is a nice incident in the life of Bama Khepa, Tantric Sadhaka of Bengal. Birbhum Tarapit is there. There, Pramod Chattopadhyay, a gentleman, used to go and visit him. Mama Khepa used to tell them, why do you come to me? Leaving Calcutta, Paramahansa, Sri Ramakrishna, you should go to him. Anyhow, they used to go to him. One day he pointed out to a dog and told, you should not neglect this dog. He was a human being in the past life. He did something wrong, so mother made him a dog. If you go to the cremation ground, burning place, then you will see at night the dog raises its head and cries, weeps. Tears roll from the dog's eyes. Pramod Babu did not believe, but at the request of Bamdev, he went to see at night what the dog does. Then he really saw that the dog is shedding tears. Tears are rolling down from both the eyes of that dog. He has written a book, Tantrabhilasir Sadhu Sangha. In that book he has given a photograph not, this is a drawing of the dog. At that time camera was not so frequently used. So he has drawn a picture of a dog with head above and shedding tears from both the eyes. Really, for that it was asked by the Guru that the essence of spirituality is awareness, to be aware that I am a devotee, I am a brahmachari, I am a swami, I am a sannyasini. This type of awareness must be there in us. The religion is like this. This was shown by them. Another thing, what is the relation between religion and our personal life in this world? Then also you have to see the lives of great men. Like one example is take from the life of the Holy Trio, Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother and Swamiji. The relationship with their mothers, how to live with mothers or how to respect our mothers, that is to be learned from these three great lives. Chandramani Devi and Sri Ramakrishna. What was their relation? How they behaved to each other. How Sri Ramakrishna had great respect to the mother Chandramani, his own mother. When Holy Mother asked, how do you look at me? Then he first uttered, my mother Chandramani. Then my Ishta Bhavatarini and yourself. I see three in one or three one. Sakshat Anandamayi. And he did only not respect him. When Chandramani Devi came to Dakshineshwar more than 12 years prior to her death, she asked Gadai, I want to stay here at Dakshineshwar and live with you. Then Sri Ramakrishna did not refuse. He arranged for her accommodation. And more than 12 years, Chandramani Devi stayed at Dakshineshwar. Almost every day when, except the days when Sri Ramakrishna was not in Samadhi, in the early morning, he used to go to Chandramani's place and touching her feet, he used to make pranam and ask, Mother, do you need anything, any service, any article? Mother did not want things. Mother was very happy to see the son only. In this way, life was going on at Dakshineshwar. Once Sri Ramakrishna went to Vrindavan. At that time, there was a Vaishnava Sadhika, saint, Gangamai. She saw Lord Krishna in Sri Ramakrishna and told, you are my Dulal, you are to stay with me. She arranged for accommodation of Sri Ramakrishna Deva. You will stay here, I will stay there, and in this way almost everything was done. Then suddenly his mother's face, Chandramani's face, Chandramani's thoughts came to Sri Ramakrishna. He told, no, I cannot stay here. I have my mother at Dakshineshwar, I must go. By the next train, he started for Calcutta and came to Dakshineshwar again. He did not take ochre cloth, gerua cloth like us. From Totapuri he said that my mother is living with me. I cannot use this colored cloth. Then he permitted. This is also for mother's sake. As mother loves the child Gadai, in early days, till then, she used to love Gadai as her dearest son. So she will be afraid if I take this cloth. She will think that I will leave her. So he lived in white cloth, simple white cloth, for mother's sake. When her mother afterwards expires, then it is recorded that Sri Ramakrishna, holding the legs, first put sandal paste on the legs, then worships with karabi flower, then he started weeping. Oh mother, how were you? Who has given me birth? You are exceptional mother. And shed so much tears. Dakshineshwar people of that time did never see that an old lady, old mother is passing away and the child or daughter or son is shedding tears so much. This is the Matri Bhakti of Sri Ramakrishna. Similar Matri Bhakti devotion to mother was in the life of Holy Mother Sharada Devi. Whatever Mother Shama Sundari wanted, our mother Sri Sharada Devi fulfilled her desires always. About Jagadhatri Puja or other things, she obeyed her mother and arranged for all round happiness of Mother Shama Sundari. She took her mother to different places and actually lived with mothers as if for long time. Always her mother was in the mind. Whenever she had opportunity, she went and appeared before the mother. In this way, Swami Vivekananda had great love for Bhuvaneshwari Devi. Now books are available on Shama Sundari Devi and Chandramani Devi. These books are written by Prabuddha Prana Mataji of Sri Sharada Math. These two books are very nice. Devotees can collect. It is available in English also. Maybe afterwards or now, I do not know, maybe in other language too. So through this we can know this. Our Tathagatananda Maharaj was there in New York. He wrote a nice book on Bhuvaneshwari Devi, whom Swami Vivekananda took in pilgrimage, and he also had in his heart a great place for Mother Bhuvaneshwari Devi. These are to be learnt from their life, Thakur's life, Mother's life, and Swamiji's life, and we are to follow it. Recently I went to a place I will not tell. A senior boy of one of our school came to me and presented a big basket of fruits and snacks. Suddenly it came to my mind, do you meet your mother? Mother is living. Do you meet her at least once in a month? Where does she live? He told, she lives only 30 minutes far from my place. But I do not go to meet my mother. Even throughout the year, he does not go. Then I asked her, how can you serve others? Halamni Shebadala. You cannot serve others if you do not serve your mother or father, whoever is alive. The children, the son or daughter should not only respect, should serve them as and when needed, at least visit them. So this we do because we do not know the whole life of Holy Trio. So it is required to study the total life of Thakur Ma and Swamiji. This is a great necessity in this age. This is the time is moving very fast. We are progressing in material field. Bengaluru or other places, also Calcutta, are said to be now IT cities, IT towns. The country will be called IT. Information technology only, IT only. Scientific developments enough. Recently I went to a hotel, it is in Nadia, far little away from the district town, Krishnanagar. There is a hotel named Mother's Heart, H-U-T. So the Mother's Heart, now it has come very big hotel. 500 people can sit and take food of different types, northern, southern, and then western, eastern, all types of dishes are available. There I saw mechanized service. Robots are being used in place of employees. Employees they did not cut. But along with that, due to expansion of the hotel, they introduced robot service. In the kitchen, in the place where they sit, we have recorded the robots' movements, carrying the dishes with various articles, lunch, dinner, breakfast, tiffin, everything, robot is serving. And one laptop-like thing, say, is there at the top of the carrier or robot. They stop, they do some thing, that is, they note down that you have to carry this to seat number 15A. Then the robot moves to that person who ordered those things, immediately going. On the way, if there is obstruction, a person stands in front of the robot, then she will tell, the robot has been given names, lady's name, I am Ananya, please go away from my route. Then the person moves and gives space for the robot's tour, robot's journey. In this way, robots are serving nicely. It was a necessity for quick service. They are using this. In this kitchen also, vegetable they are cutting, other thing mixing, mixer machine they are running. In this way, robot service is there. But along with the robot, we are forgetting our own thing. Once we went to a school, we asked the children to name their parents. First parent they uttered. But grandfather, grandmother, most of them 50% could not utter, could not take the name. Then great-grandfather almost nil. Then history, from history book, emperor, samrat's name, his father's name, grandfather's name, great-grandfather's name, everything they answered. Then it was asked, what is the reason? Then one of the boy, very smart boy, they are using now smartphone. They have become more smart. They said, our parents or forefathers did not do any good thing. For that, we did not remember them. Then it was said by us that you do such thing that your future generation will remember you for a long time. 7 or 14 generation will know. In Calcutta, there is no, one society, they are earning a lot of money. Vangsha Parichaya Anusandhana. They are doing. I went to one of my students' house. Then I saw at the gate a big family tree is there in a big frame. Then I asked, did you have this with your parents? No. You see at the corner bottom, there is a stamp. I saw Varna Parichay, Anusandhana Office, Calcutta, such and such number. Address is there. They take the name of relatives, then they take the name of Pujari or Pandas, and in pilgrimage area, and they fill up the blank which they do not get. From Krishna Sahasranam, Vishnu Sahasranama, in this way God's name they put in between. Because we do not know. Anyhow, we are to lead a spiritual life following the path shown by, demonstrated by great men of our country. This globe, in this globe or in the earth, so many great men came. In different religion, in different sect, in different places, we have seen from history that many great men were there. Longfellow writes, lives of great men remind us that we can make our lives sublime. While departing, leave behind us footprints on the sand of time. Great men have shown that how fine, how subtle life we can lead. And when they depart, they leave their footprints. Following the footprints, Mahajanasya Gata Sapantha. Kapantha Mahajanasya Gata Sapantha. That is to be done. We have the great fortune to have Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, Swamiji, Raja Maharaj, and the brother disciples of them, the household disciples by whom we can know the religious path. Gambhirananda ji had written the book Sri Ramakrishna Bhakta Malika. The Sannyasin disciples as well as household disciples of Sri Ramakrishna's lives are there. From there we can have spiritual path. We can select and we can follow. And in this way we can build our life and be happy and progress spiritually. This is very much required. Today also I met some devotees over phone, and some came to me and they told they have some mental problem. Working nicely, doing very good service, very good things, but mind is not restful because actually the thinking of God is less. We have to give more and more time according to availability, and then we can clear our doubts and we can follow the path shown by them. Anyhow, let me repeat some very important sayings of Swami Vivekananda. Swamiji says, think that you are free, and free you will be. These thoughts actually gave much strength to our freedom fighters. Everybody almost, they read this and they got much strength in their life. Swamiji says Upanishad is the source of fearlessness. You know, our Bharat Maharaj was there at the Math, we have seen him. He writes in a place. One day I saw a tiger face to face at Mayavati. It was a full-grown tiger. I was testing myself, touching the heart. I was seeing the heartbeats have increased or not. But my heartbeat rate did not change. He used to say, I was never afraid because my name given to me is Abhayananda. Abhayananda. I never had fear in any way. We used to ask him, Maharaj, if we need your service, your help, Rahada Ashram, Rahada College, there was problems. Then when should we contact you? Then he said that at any time during the day and night also, you can contact me. My telephone is in the office or near my bed always. So don't hesitate to contact me. I am always there. One night, Shankarananda ji called him. He had herpes zoster. For that, Shankarananda ji could not sleep well. So he called Bharat Maharaj, told Bharat, do you not listen? Somebody is crying in Mother Ganga, Ganges, save, save, save. Then you go and rescue them, save their life. He immediately came down from the first floor of Swamiji's room, and then nearby in one room he used to live, Shankarananda ji used to live. Then he came and saw a boat at the ghat, Swamiji's ghat. The boatman was sleeping. He told, I will not go. Then he told, I have a gun, I will shoot you. Really at that time Belur Math had a gun, but he did not bring that. Hearing the gun word, the boatman woke and told, let us go and find who is crying. Then they found 4 persons. They were sleeping at night on a big boat which was anchored at the one end of Ganga, Baranagar area. There was uptide and the anchor moved away and the boat fell down. And then the people who were sleeping, they were laborers of Bihar. They have no residence. They used to sleep at night inside those big boats. I heard till now these people have no heart, no place to lie. So they do like this. On that day, 4 of them were drowning and called, please save, please save. And it reached the ear of Shankarananda ji. He directed Bharat Maharaj. Bharat Maharaj, with the help of the boatman, rescued these 4 persons. Bharat Maharaj used to say that I have done this work 3 times in my life at the request of Shankarananda ji Maharaj. So this is life, practical life and theoretical life. Actually, the theory of religion is written in the book Brahma Sattam Jagan Mitha Jiva Brahmaiva Napara and other things. And the practical thing is in the lives of great men, great saints. It is our fortune that nowadays exact narration of their lives are available in Ramakrishna Vivekananda literature. So we are to live that life. With this I pray to Sri Ramakrishna, to Holy Mother, to Swamiji and other disciples of Sri Ramakrishna to bless us all so that we can lead a very good spiritual life. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
Most revered Vice President Maharaj, I offer my humble pranams at your holy feet. ಇಲ್ಲಿಯ ತನಕ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಶ್ರೀಮತ್ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ದಿವ್ಯಾನಂದಜಿ ಮಹಾರಾಜ್ ಅವರು ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಜೀವನವನ್ನು ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ, ಶ್ರೀಮಾತೆ ಶಾರದಾ ದೇವಿ ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರ ಜೀವನದ ಬೆಳಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಸಬೇಕು, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಅನೇಕ ಘಟನೆಗಳನ್ನು ವಿವರಿಸ್ತಾ ಹಲವಾರು ಬಗೆಯ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸೈಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮೌನದ ಪ್ರಾಮುಖ್ಯತೆಯನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಅರಿವು ಅದರ ಪ್ರಾಮುಖ್ಯತೆ ಏನು, ದಿವ್ಯತ್ರಯರ ಮಾತೃಭಕ್ತಿ ಅಂಥದ್ದು, ಅವರ ಜೀವನವನ್ನು ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುವಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಥವಾ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಜೀವನವನ್ನು ದಿವ್ಯತ್ರಯರು ತೋರಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟ ಮಾರ್ಗದ ಮೂಲಕ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಇತ್ಯಾದಿ ಅಂಶಗಳನ್ನು ಸವಿಸ್ತಾರವಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯವರಿಗೆ ಆಶ್ರಮದ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿಗಳ ಮತ್ತು ಭಕ್ತರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಮರ್ಪಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆಶ್ರಮದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಮುಕ್ತಿದಾನಂದಜಿ ಮಹಾರಾಜ್ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಶೇಷವಾದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಸಮರ್ಪಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಉಳಿದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿ ವೃಂದದವರಿಗೂ, ಮಾತಾಜಿಯವರಿಗೂ ಹಾಗೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆರೆದಿರುವ ಎಲ್ಲ ದೀಕ್ಷೆ ಪಡೆದ ದೀಕ್ಷಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಉಳಿದ ಭಕ್ತರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಸಮರ್ಪಿಸ್ತಾ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜೈಕಾರದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಸಮಾಪ್ತಿಗೊಳಿಸೋಣ. जय श्री गुरु महाराज जी की जय, जय श्री महामाई की जय, जय श्री स्वामी जी महाराज जी की जय, जय श्री कावेरी माई की जय, जय श्री चामुंडेश्वरी देवी की जय.